Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm Dr. Abdul Adamu from Data Analytica. This is the last part of our discussion on discounted dividend model. In the first part, we have looked at one period dividend discount model. Then we looked at the multi-period dividend discount model. Then we looked at the Gordon growth model. Then we look at the non-constant growth model. If you have not watched all this, you can consider checking them out on our YouTube channel or check the card up here. In this part, we are going to look at firms that pay no dividend. How do we value them? So especially when they don't pay dividend temporarily before they start paying in the long run. The dividend discount model assumes that the firm is currently paying a dividend. However, many firms, even highly profitable ones, for example Google and Dell, never paid dividend in their early years. If firm is expected to pay dividend in the future, the earlier equation can be modified to find the value of stock. The value of stock can be found as follows. First, you estimate at what point the dividend will be paid in the future. So the amount of the first dividend, the growth rate during the supernormal growth period, the length of this period, and the long-run growth rate, and the rate of return required by the investor. So when you determine that, then you now find the present value backward. Then use the constant growth model to determine the stock price when it reaches a stable growth situation. Then set out a timeline of the cash flow, that is dividends during the supernormal growth period and the stock price once the constant growth state is reached. Then find the present value of this cash flow. That present value represents the value of the stock today. So let's take an example and demonstrate this. Consider a company that produces and markets a new high-tech product. Its sales are currently growing at a rate of 200% per year. The company expects to experience a high but declining rate of growth in sales and earnings during the next 10 years, after which analysts estimate that it will grow at a steady rate of 10% per year. This is our G. The firm's management has announced that it will pay no dividends for 5 years. That is, in the first 5 years there won't be dividend. But that if earnings materialize as forecasted, it will pay a dividend of 20 kobo per share at the end of the year 6, 30 kobo in year 7, 40 kobo in year 8, 45 kobo in year 9, and 50 kobo in year 10. So starting from the 6th year, they'll start paying dividend. After the 10th year, current plans are to increase dividend by a constant rate of 10% per year. If the company investment bankers estimate that investors requires 15% return on similar stock, what is the price of the company's stock today? The growth rate after 10 years is going to be 10%, as from 10 years, 10%. Dividend from year 6, D6, they say is 20 kobo. D7 is 30 kobo. D8 is 40 kobo. D9 45 kobo, and dividend year 10 is 50 kobo. Cost of capital, they say, is what percent? Is 15%. So Draw the number line. The number line 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So starting from year 6, the dividend is 20 kobo, 30 kobo, 40 kobo, 45 kobo, and 50 kobo. So find the present value up to this point. Find the present value of this. Find the present value of this also. Find the present value of this. Find the present value of this. Then we add them. Then we find the price at this point. So let's find the present value using our cost of capital. So the present value of dividend is equals to, the first dividend is 20 kobo, that is 0.2, divided by 1 plus 15%, 6 years, plus 30 kobo, $1.15, year 7, 40 kobo, 1.15, year 8, 45 kobo, 1.15, year 9, 50 kobo, 1.15, year 10. So if we find this value, this will give us 9 kobo, this will give us 11 kobo, this will give us 13 kobo, this will give us 13 kobo, and the last one will give us 12 kobo. So if we add them, our present value of those dividends is 58 kobo. So this is the first part of our answer. So the second part of our answer is we find the price at year 10 when we have a constant growth using the Gordon growth model. Don't forget our Gordon growth model is this. So for year 10, it will be P10 equals to, so this one will be D11 all over KE minus G. So D11, our D10 is 50 kobo, 0.5 multiplied by 1 plus 10% all over 15% minus 10%. So this will give us 0.55 divided by 0.05, and that will give us 11 naira. So we find the present value of this. So the present value of P10 will be 11 all over 1.15 raised to power 10. So and that gives us 2 naira 72 kobo. This is the second part. So the intrinsic value is now this value 2 naira 72 kobo plus the value we got earlier, which is this, so that is 58 kobo. So 0.58 So if we add it, we have 3 naira 30 kobo. So this is the value of the stock. So the solution, first we find the present value of dividend from 6 to 10. We represent it on a number line like this, the way I did earlier. Find the individual present value and add them together. Find them and add them together like this. The second, find the price of the share at year 10. So this is the Gordon growth model. So here is 10, then you need the dividend for year 11. So once you put your value inside, you get 11 naira, then we discount this 11 naira back by finding the present value, which gives us 2 naira 72 kobo. Then finally we add this value and this value to arrive at the price of the stock. So this is the end of our lecture on the discounted dividend model. If you enjoyed this lecture, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can like, share and comment on the content to help us improve on it. If you want to support the channel, you can buy me coffee by clicking on the buy me coffee link below the video. Thank you.